Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect, where in the previous episode there was a little bit of upset owing to the sheer amount of gang violence. As you can see, we have a fairly decent throughput of customers when it comes to the amount of people sitting in the solitary area. I thought this was sufficient, but no, we do need some more people. See, it says +4 waiting there. I may go ahead and put some toilets in here, but because of their size, it means they're just always going to be sitting on the toilet, but I guess they can sit down at least, because as you can see, there is some certain bowel needs, look at hygiene, exercise, and all of that sort of thing, because, I think they are relieving themselves in there, so we may go ahead and alter that one. But anyway, that's by. In the previous episode, we also managed to get this area all complete-rated, and for whatever reason now, we don't have patrols. Let me just go to MinSec. It is definitely MinSec guards. And patrols... we do have some patrols, but only for it's only for the dogs, and there's no dogs currently there. Okay, what I'm going to no, we can't do that sadly. Oh no, I probably can. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to add a patrol for standard guards, because the problem is that as we have the guard dogs elsewhere, we just got a problem with the patrols there. Anyway, the scheduling should all be sorted now, and I think I need to just remove a couple of programs. The drug addiction stuff we don't need to do there. There's 13 in the queue. This is all we The guard taste certification we are going to stop. We don't need to do that. This is fine, and that is about right. So, that's sorted. What we need to do in this episode is to expand on this building here, because we've now got 2 cell blocks completely done. So we need to expand upon this here, which is going to be increase in protective custody, increase in the power capacity of the prison, and thinking ahead for when we expand up north, and finally we'll be messing around and changing things around here. So let's crack on with that one. Let's go over to reports and then valuation, and we can see that to sell shares, we give us 40 grand, so we're going to do that one, and then we're going to use that money to go building brick. I'm going to place the building, well, I was going to put it all the way down to there, but I don't think it's strictly necessary. I don't think we really need it to go all that far. So we'll have it like that. And then because we need to have some sort of entrance here just to make it, just to build the thing really, I think what we'll do is we'll put a standard door on there, and that says... that's not going to have an entrance, sadly. What if we put one there? Will that do it? It will not do it either. So I guess just a door... there will be fine, and then we'll max speed it out. Okay, so I think because we'll end up having to do it anyway, what we're going to do is expand this area, so we'll have another fridge and another cooker in there, which we should have. Yes, we have more than enough power for that. This episode we solely want to focus on getting this area expanded. Now, I don't need all of these cells built, but ideally I want to get that done, because that will get us very, very close to our maximum prisoner capacity there. And I might even sort of cheat and make this instead of the workshop, I might make this a temporary dormitory and just get enough stuff in there to get that grant done, because this thing here, we originally toyed with the idea of making it a workshop, and I'm still thinking about that, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, so this is now going to get built. As you can see, what we're going to do is dismantle that door down there, because we do not need that. But we do want to place, where is it, a brick wall on there once it's built, and then what we'll do is we'll open up that, and then we'll probably open up this as well. So there's that place there. We'll say place that there, demolish walls there, demolish walls there. And one would hope and indeed assume that that is the thing that they're going to build first. In fact, they're not, so I'm going to order that as a mandatory thing. You can see I haven't lit this. That is completely on purpose. Why have they not built that there? I think that's what they're going to do now. No, they are disappointing me. It is definitely ordered, so hopefully they're going to crack on with that. There's a bit more violence there, and you can see they are fighting once again in here, and what we normally do is just do that. And they tend to put the hands up quite quickly when we have free fire on. Well, at least 7 or 8 of them did. 3 didn't. So, there we go. We're not messing around when that happens. So, we have 3 dead, sadly. It is, confidential informant. And, who else got taken out? Paul Hare, gang member, and probably one down there. Oh, no, I think they're all just piled on top of each other. There's not, bullet spread and all of that. Anyway, so there's that. We do have a problem with doing that, though, because it is hitting our grading somewhat. As you can see, fatalities, deaths in custody 14, staff fatalities 3. Still not the best, but because of that, our health's going down, security's going down. But basically everything's going down, and reoffending rate's now to 19. It's interesting to see just how well this prison was doing up until we got a gang leader, and then it pretty much wrecked the entire thing, practically. I don't think it's unreasonable to call it that, because that's pretty much what happened. It did get absolutely hammered. What we're going to do is have an entrance in right opposite here. This is where we're going to have our other room, whatever that be, and I'm pretty sure it's going to end up being the workshop. And these ones here I will clone over, so I'm going to wait until they've placed all of this stuff first, then I will clone stuff over. It is sleep time, so what do I want to do? Do I want to do a shakedown? I don't think so, not at this point. So we're going to put a standard door on there, and obviously we will have to put a metal detector on there shortly as well, but we'll leave that for now. We do want to go ahead and change our deployment to make sure that, yeah, look at that, it's all that. That's protective custody, and that is staff only, so that's fine. That's exactly what we wanted. You can see these here, they probably are going to get shifted. Doesn't look like that's the case. Oh, look at that! Mail's being delivered! See that? Mail's getting delivered. Okay. So is mail getting delivered anywhere else? No. So mail is getting delivered there, opened, and they're opening it while they're in the they're opening their mail while they're asleep. Ah, prison architect. Never change. Right, okay, so we'll just double check our deployment here. It's changed again. There we go. That's now fine. So it looks like the mail can be delivered from here if the place has just got no assignment to it. If there's an assignment, then it means that the mail will have to be delivered by people working in there. Oh, hang on. That's a thing. Should we try something out here? Let's go to deployment and to not medium sec, and we'll do that, but we'll have it on access only. And let's see if this mail is now delivered to the medium sec area. It is! No, it's not. It's this person here. More mail's getting delivered in there. That is definitely protective custody. It is. Right. So that mail's getting sorted. Is it going to get delivered around here? Well, we'll find out, won't we? I should have really done it on low risk first. Let's do it on low risk first. Mid-sec. There we go. Mid-sec only. So they're still sorting the mail. Still going to crack on and do all of that. And let's see if it gets delivered in here. Just going to keep an eye out in here. We've got armed guards patrolling, so it shouldn't kick off. We are receiving some more prisoners, mainly to replace the ones that we lost. Lost, air quotes, shot, actuality. Let's go for a quick build, clone, and what we want to do is clone 2 cells. Like that. And again. And one more. Hang on. Ah, that's slightly larger. Okay. We could clone it then. We could. What I'm going to do instead, because this is slightly larger, is do something a bit different. But I'll get to that in a moment. So let's just see. Is the mail getting delivered? Doesn't look like it. Not yet though, but it could still be sorting it. The mail is getting sorted. Let's just go to intelligence and informants. We can see we do have some unknown traits there. And a face in game. Andrew Fragdier Brown, apparently. And a bit more violence. And it's in here. And once again, it's... Oh, it's not gangs, actually. It's not gangs. That... There is some dogs down. And an armed guard. Wow, okay. Murdered by prisoner. I wouldn't have expected that. What's caused that then? Is it an instigator? Because these are not gang members. Oh, there is a gang member there. Fearless and gang member. But you can see there's Sean Piddock, Matt Hizzle-Horrell, Ed Gilmer. I don't know why that is then. There might have been an instigator around here somewhere. Unless they can take over that. No, it doesn't look like they can take that over. They are actually taking over this place, though, even though alcoholic scoop therapy is still running. So quite frankly, oh, are they a gang member? Chris the Bush, Sacriel, are they a gang member? No, they're not, but they do have 42nd on the head. Interesting. Anyway, we'll go over to staff and to armed guard. Get one more. Gonna get another couple of dog handlers as well. There we are. Okay, so we're building across here. We will go to utilities and we're going to run this in. Now we should be alright if we just do this. I think it'll reach. Other places though, not so sure. If we wanted to, we could have this as a security room, but I don't think there'd be any point. I don't think there will be any point at all. Looks like they've gone ahead and cleaned up very quickly in and around here, which is hygienic of them, for sure. Mail is now getting delivered to these areas. Yes! So it looks like that if you have this as staff only, they're not going to deliver it. Why is this going right up? Gang members are pissed off because, yeah, there's going to be a leader in the cells somewhere. Let's have a quick look. Why was there no line of sight there? Oh, CCTV is in there. Ashby, there it is. Paul Ashby. Destruction, attack staff, serious injury, murder, found weapons. What's he in here for anyway, Paul? He's in here for murder, arson, criminal damage and perjury. Okay, fair enough. And undercooking of a Frey Bentos, because that's criminal. Legendary, extremely strong. Yeah, it's just crazy days. Right, that danger level's going up. I don't care. They can, you know, I've got free fire on. If they want to start something, then we'll finish it. Which is not a... I mean, you could say it's a terrible way of doing it, but, you know, we've tried the softly way. It's not worked out. So that is definitely all set up as protective custody, which is good. We're probably going to go ahead and place this as a dormitory and just shove loads of stuff in, and then that allows us to get more staff. We have a problem here. As you can see, this goes around and across. We can't have that. We need to instead run it straight up. So I'm going to do that. And then I'll get rid of the other stuff. They're shouting for drugs. Sadly, and they're shouting about environment. Let's get some janitors in there. Sadly, the problem is that there's no reform in these areas at all. It just doesn't happen. So... sorry. Just gonna place all this down. There we go. Place that there and this one. This one there, because then we got line of sight. And we'll build those in a moment. Dog's smelling some stuff there. That's probably that's a fake one. I'm not worried about that. Danger level is now flying down because I believe... oh no, Ashby is still in there. They've got 5 hours left to go. But danger level is flying down, which is an interesting one. Even though the leader's in there. So it might be in Lieutenant that's knocking down. It says 40-odd prisoners have been calmed recently. I think calmed being the... you know, there's an armed guard. Actually, no, because I don't think that is calmed. Suppressed and compliant, that's the shotgun one. That's armed guard suppression rather than calmed. So I don't know what calmed would be. So anyway, having a wander around there, food and stuff, that's fine, that's all working out. There's more fighting again somewhere. And strangely, it was in here. Alright. Some people shouting around luxuries, and there's one that's kicked off there. Reason misconduct, unconscious, attacked staff for no reason. There might have been an instigator somewhere. Do we have an instigator in there? No, but we do have an ex-law enforcement, which you shouldn't be there. It's not too much of a problem with there being ex-law enforcement in low risk. It really isn't a problem. But we really should have them as protective custody, ideally. That's the precedent we've set. If you are a snitch or protective custody, you get put there. So that's fine. Let's just go to deployment, guard patrols. We'll extend our guard patrol up and around to there. That should be fine. We could even go down here. But, yeah, why not? We might as well. Have a guard patrol going up and down. We don't need anyone that's going to stop anything. There's an OD. We don't need like a shotgun toting person around there or anything like that. Ashby's still got a minute left. Or an hour left, actually. We can recruit an informant there. Daniel, Banana, Kevin. Danger level's going down. And eventually it's going to be sleep time, which it is now. And death straight away. Wow, why is that? Dead overdosed. Oh. So where are the... Where are they? Oh. For whatever reason, all 4 doctors have went over here to heal them. Well, sadly, he didn't die from an overdose. He died from the AI being a bit silly. And an overdose. There's nothing I could have done about that. See what's been taken there. Same thing's going to happen here, probably. Yeah, for some reason, all of them just headed off, and I don't know why. I'm going to change this one. This is the mailroom. Change it over to mid-sec, and that's going to go into here. That opens up some options there, because now we know that we can sort of manually control where stuff goes. We can happily change things, which is interesting. Let's just dismantle all of this here. Oh, that's wrong. Let's dismantle utility. And we're dismantling this utility down to there, and then down here as well. Not going to worry about that little one section there. But what I do need to... Because I'm going to run the... the other electrical cable from there and along anyway, which will be from this building, or from this one here. This one will power the workshop and this little section, and then this one will power the high risk, so I'll have to run it across and up, and that's going to be a bit of a problem, but we can manage. So we need 1 of those, power plant, and then we'll say 3 capacitors for now, because, well, quite frankly, I think that's all we'll really need. And then we'll run it down like so, and that should hopefully power up whatever we need. So I was going to do a shakedown, but with everything being what it was and kicking off, I think it's not necessary. There you go. Look, for whatever reason, the doctors have decided that they need to go there. I'm going to manually order 2 doctors back down to there, to the infirmary, and hopefully that'll be all sorted now. Lights will be placed in here. We'll double check and see that yes, this is still definitely assigned to protective custody, which is fine. We are on 185 of our maximum 200 that we need for cell block D. So let's go ahead and hopefully finish that off with some brick wall, and we'll put brick walls like so. Obviously we do need in front of those standard jail doors, which will go there and there. And then what we'll do is we will clone, we'll go to quick build and clone this little section here like that. Okay, and then what we'll do is go to rooms cell, make that a cell, make that a cell, pause it a second, go over to objects and then bed, and we'll place the bed like so, and we're basically just going to copy the same sort of thing in. So it is a radio, hang on, so a radio goes like so, we then have a toilet like that. Opposite we can have a shower, and we can also have an office desk now in this one because it's slightly bigger, you see. So it will fit in. We could have had a TV and a chair, but I don't think we're going to bother. And then that's that put in. There's the drain, there's your shower head, and then there's both of those cells completely done. 19 grand left, but we do only own 80% of our prison. But, you know, that's like owning 80% of a dog doo-doo, so maybe that's not a bad thing. Danger level going up there, just like it normally does every morning. It'll probably kick off again in the shower, although with the armed guard wandering around and stuff, it's not too bad. So we're just having a look around. We can see that there is mail in some of these cells. We go over to our needs. We can see that literature need is still going up, so that is definitely the library that is required. So this is where we can maybe start doing some micromanagement and make a library somewhere else. Maybe this is the library. We'll move the morgue somewhere else again, and then that'll mean we can micromanage it like we've done with the mailroom. It might work, it might not. I don't know. Although, actually, I think... Let me check 1 second. It's in logistics, prison labour. No, the mailroom can be staffed, but it is currently being staffed by guards. So maybe we don't have to have the library as the same thing. In order to work in the library, you do need the general education qualification. Or is it foundation? I think it's foundation, the first one. However, if that's no longer the case, then we might be alright. We do have another gang member turned up. As you can see, we have a blue gang member. Sorry about this, because it's probably not going to go too well for you. It's quite problematic at the moment with the amount of red gang members in here. Obviously, we do have now 14 red gang members, so it's actually gone down, mainly due to gratuitous violence and application of shotgun. But that's not a great thing, obviously. It's not something that we really want to subscribe to too much and rely upon. Ideally, we would do it in a less violent manner. And sadly, that ain't going to get powered up. So what I'm going to do, I'll do that. And that should expand the water pipe enough for us. Actually, let's cancel that. And we'll do that and run it to there. And then that should have enough water pressure to get around. Just double checking deployment, that's fine. That can go to protective custody. And then what we're going to do is we're going to shift over. We're going to delete this, remove all these, and get a shift over to here. So this is going to be our new common room. This is going to be a much larger canteen. So yes, if we were thinking about... Oh, good grief. And again, here we go. But their death will be shotguns, probably. Yeah, gang member. They're all kicking off again. I don't know why they keep fighting, because, as you've seen, yeah. I mean, it keeps it under control, the gang stuff, it's just not ideal. What is ideal, though, because they're always kicking off, and they're always kicking off because they're trying to take over the yard and they can't do it. If we go to gangs, we can see we haven't got evict on there, but they try to take it over, and then because there's guards there, they kick off, and then that happens. But they're actually slowly reducing their influence because it's not... There's not as many deaths as it needs to trigger the event of, you know, don't have any more deaths. It's not working out in their favour. You could argue, quite rightly, I guess, that having free fire on was sort of not goading them, but also not really giving them much chance to surrender. But I mean, what else can we do apart from just not have it on and get rid of all the guards and then they take the whole thing over? Anyway, so we're going to go to materials, demolish walls. We'll get rid of all those walls there. I'm going to go to objects as well and dismantle objects. We're going to dismantle all of these objects in here. I'm going to go ahead before I forget and go to objects lighting and just light up that room. And then we're going to place some lighting in here as well. And then we'll need some lights in here. So, I mean, I'm not going to fuss too much on where the lights are. Like that. In fact, that's pretty much as central as we're going to get them, so that'll do. That's sorted, and that should all be lit up. So now that that's been removed, I'm going to put the common room back in first. So common room over there, like that. Get rid of that common room. Get rid of the lot. Then we want the canteen, and we'll place that in there, like so. We're going to dismantle... It's currently lock up, so it's about right... Is it the right time to do it? Yeah, it's about the right time to do it now. Because we've got many hours to deal with this. So dismantle all of these. Like so. And we want to increase the size of this canteen. So once everything's removed, I'll check the planning on it. And... that's that gone. Okay, so we need some benches. And have the entrance there. That's your 4x3. Yeah, that could work. It would also work there just as well. And then you have your serving table there. Could we do it any better? 4x3 and 4x3 there. That would give us a bit more space. It would mean that whole crawl into this bit again, which is a problem. But as you've seen, it's caused no, it's not hindered the prison in any way. We could have an entrance there instead of there, and then that would mean a bit of a straight shot up to there. So it's a tiny bit more efficient. Nothing to worth worrying about if we don't do it, but efficiency is efficiency and all that. Little tweaks here and there will make a massive difference in the long run. And then we could have phone booths there. I'm more keen on that, perhaps, just so you can get to the edge of the benches. It just looks a bit better. Then that goes there and that goes there, and then you can't really do it that way. Instead, we have to have this 5 there, and then phone booths there, perhaps, just the 3 back there. Oh, that's possible. That's possible. It's not ideal. It's never going to be ideal, but it's not as cramped as, like, oh, well, I mean, these have always been cramped anyway. Oh, maybe that was the way to go. That fit in there. That fits in there very well. We can have 5 to there, entrance in there, and then just the row of phone booths there. And we're going to have 4 phone booths and a nice little gap there. We could even have a wheelie bin there. I think that's what we'll do. It seems to fit quite well. So 1, 2 tables in there. Obviously, double the number of benches up to 4. We need to add a serving table, which we'll still only need the 1 of. Just zoom in there so it populates the list on the right. And I've already worked that out wrong. I thought that was 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry, that is correct. Yeah, that goes there. The staff door will go in there, and then we'll have a bin, which we'll rotate around to there. It was already correct. And then the phone booths, we're just going to place the 4 there. Obviously, we do need to dismantle this door as well, so we'll dismantle that door. We will prioritise the dismantle of that door. There's some more deaths, which is almost certainly going to be... Oh, Richard Beveridge, prisoner number 8886662. I believe we've seen you before. Escape attempt? No, Ashby's kicking off. See that? Look at that. Yeah. That's why. Ashby was kicking off because they're extremely volatile, and because they're an instigator, the person next door started to kick off. But they're not stupid, because as soon as they got taken out and this was opened up, bumf. Immediately hands go up. Sorry about that. Didn't mean it. All is forgiven. So, yeah. Anyway, but that's protective custody now. That is all our big canteen. That's getting built. Right, I think we will leave it there because we've had a nice bit of building here. Happy with the progress. Next episode, I want to finish this off. So put the common room in, get this as a dormitory, not to get more people, but certainly to get the grant done, which then we can spend more money. To be honest with you, we're probably going to have to get another big loan anyway, just so we can expand to the north, and then we'll get the fence expanded, and then obviously another clone of this. But I'd rather get this done first and spend time on that and whatnot first. So we'll leave it there. Next episode, as I said, we'll crack on with that one, and we'll see how we get on. As always, I hope you have enjoyed the video. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.